What if I told you that the secret blueprint to one of the most powerful digital empires on Earth is hidden in plain sight? Seriously, billions of us see it every single day, but almost no one actually reads it. Today, we're going to decode it. Here it is. Yeah, this stuff, hiding at the very bottom of every single YouTube page. At first glance, it just looks like a jumble of legal links, right? It's the kind of boring footer text we have all trained our brains to completely ignore. But what if it's way more than that? What if this text is actually a map, a blueprint that reveals the entire power structure of the YouTube ecosystem? That is the code we are going to crack together right now. So our blueprint, it reveals 4 key groups of people. And let's start with the absolute heart of the platform, the very reason any of us are even here in the first place, the creators. The blueprint acknowledges them right away with that one simple word, creators. I mean, they're the engine of this whole thing. They make the art, the entertainment, the education, all the stuff that brings in billions of viewers. Without them, YouTube is just an empty library. And the blueprint doesn't just give them a name, it gives them an essential toolkit. That creators link, that's their official front door to all the resources. Copyright, that's their shield, it protects what they make. And contact us, well, that's their lifeline when things inevitably go wrong. And listen, this isn't just some theory. For millions of people, this is their actual livelihood. That copyright link isn't just a boring policy page, it's the thing that ensures they can own and make money from the work they spend thousands of hours on. It is literally their digital property deed. Okay, but all of that amazing content needs a financial engine to keep it going. And that brings us to our second stakeholder group, the commercial pillars that are funding this entire digital nation, the businesses. And this is where you start to see the tension in the system. So the footer defines 2 totally different business relationships. First, you've got advertise, which is for companies paying to reach the audience that the creators brought in. And then you've got developers, the innovators who are building new things on top of the platform. You could almost say one group funds the present while the other one builds the future. So we have the content and we have the commerce. Now we've got to turn to the largest group by far. We're talking billions of viewers, people like you and me. But when you get that many people in one place, you're going to need a system of governance. And guess what? The blueprint spells that out too. Every digital nation needs laws, a constitution of sorts. So as we look at these next few links, ask yourself this question. Who are these rules really designed to protect? The user, the creator, or the platform itself? The answer is, well, it's pretty complex. It all starts with terms. Just think of this as the social contract. The moment you press play on any video, you've basically signed it without reading it. It outlines what YouTube promises to give you and, just as important, what you promise not to do. Then you've got privacy. And wow, this one is huge. This governs the platform's most valuable resource of all, your data. Every view, every like, every search, it's all a piece of data. This policy explains how your digital footprint is collected and, more importantly, monetized, often by serving you ads from those advertisers we just talked about. It's the fundamental deal of the modern internet, right? The service is free because your attention is the product. And finally, policy and safety. These are the community guidelines. This is the constantly evolving rulebook for what is and is not allowed on YouTube. This link, it represents the absolute front line of content moderation, which is one of the biggest and most controversial challenges in the entire digital world. They're always trying to balance free expression with user safety. But it's not all just rules and regulations for us. The blueprint also offers some transparency with the How YouTube Works link, which tries to explain the mysterious algorithm. And then there's Test New Features, which is an open invitation for you to become a collaborator in building whatever the platform becomes next. Okay, so we've covered creators, businesses, and users. But who is sitting at the very top of this whole structure? Well, our blueprint reveals the final and definitely the most powerful stakeholder, the platform itself. The About and Press links, that's the official voice of the corporation. This is where YouTube tells its own story, where it manages its public image, and how it communicates with the rest of the world. Think of it as the platform's curated self-portrait. And maybe the most revealing part of this entire blueprint is this tiny little line right here. After all the other stakeholders get their mention, this simple notice states with zero ambiguity who owns and controls the entire game. Google LLC. And why 2026? Why a date that's in the future? Well, this is actually a pretty common practice in copyright law. It establishes a claim on things published this year, but it also signals a really long-term plan. It's a subtle way of declaring, we own this and we're not going anywhere. So let's just put it all together. That seemingly boring line of text, it transforms into this really clear blueprint. You can see the four major players and the delicate and often pretty tense balancing act that YouTube has to manage every single second. It's connecting creators who want freedom, businesses who want safety, and users who want privacy, all under the ultimate control of Google. So the next time you scroll to the bottom of a YouTube page, you're not just going to see a list of words anymore. You'll see the map of an empire. And that leaves us with one last thought. Is it the creators with all the content, the users with all the attention, or the platform that makes all the rules that truly holds the power? Now that you can read the blueprint, you get to decide.